I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some ETH Staking in the boardroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some ETH Staking in the boardroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Staking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the front, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, not the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some ETH Staking in the boardroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some ETH Staking in the boardroom.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to EMP.Money. Today's our live daily AMA and Detonator rollover event. We do this every day here on our YouTube channel. My name is AJ. I am the team lead here, and I'm joined by my co-host with the most, Bull Gates. Bull, how are you today, brother?
Yeah, man, really good. Just got back. You know that I caught you on the road, so we just got back to kind of celebrate the life of my brother-in-law who passed away. So we do that every time of the year this year with his family. So yeah, and I'm happy to share that with anybody because everybody here is building a community here. We are here to build a community, build a family, build friendships, and yeah. So this is the place to be in DeFi.
Absolutely, Bill. No, man, glad to hear it. Glad you had a great day celebrating that life. And yeah, man, I've been running errands all day. It's been a busy day for sure. Yesterday, Fridays are my quote unquote day off, but still had to drill a bunch of paperwork. So today, gotten a little bit of a late start. We apologize on the AMA today, but we have some awesome alpha. One of the things I'm really excited for that happened a lot sooner than we were anticipating. And so I'm going to lead right off with that. We are now a monetized channel on YouTube. Really, really exciting stuff. We've been trying to push all of our coverage over here to YouTube, and we just got an email last night that our channel is now eligible for monetization, and that will be huge for us moving forward because, again, through that, it'll be a revenue stream for EMP. So when we do start running ads, make sure you're watching those ads, or if you're a YouTube Premium member, we still get credit. But yeah, so really exciting stuff that will help us be even more robust here on YouTube. And again, anybody that is maybe interested in EMP but doesn't really know where to start, maybe they've taken the academy but they still are not sure on how to get involved. The YouTube channel is a major resource. So make sure that you're always telling people about our YouTube page. And so, again, now we can monetize things even further within our ecosystem. And, it may start out fairly small, which is fine. But, to be monetized in about 2.5 months of doing this is pretty great. Maybe a little bit more, three or 4 months. But so yeah, we're gonna move forward with that. But yeah, that's a major alpha for today. We have a huge week ahead of us as well. So we do have our ETH staking contract planned to open. However, we have some updates on that. So we're gonna have a full release on what the plan is, but we'll be able to go more into detail on that hopefully by tomorrow or the next day. But there is going to be some changes with the ETH Staking contract, and we'll explain all that because it plays into our Detonator upgrade. So there's about 4 or 5 upgrades to Detonator that we're really bullish on, and we want those to take priority. And so, again, it all makes sense when we can talk more about it. But I just want to give everybody a heads up that there'll be a lot of info happening this week. So be prepared to follow
Good
along.
info. Good
Yeah,
info.
good info. Yeah, no doubt.
Good info.
It's all good. I mean, yeah, we everything we do at EMP is for the greater good of the ecosystem and to provide the most sustainable returns possible. So it is. It's all good stuff. There's nothing negative. Just some changes that we have to let you all aware of. So yeah. Go ahead,
Hey, can
Bull.
I tell a funny story
Yeah,
really quick?
yeah. Go ahead, man.
It ties into that. So back in the day when we used to have a landline, my father-in-law would call us and leave. This is similar to a message that he might leave. And my wife's name is Ani. He would say, Ani, this is Dad. I got some news that I got to tell you. Call me back. And that's where it would be. And it would just be something like, oh, hey, can you pick up some groceries for your mom? Would be what he would wanted to say.
What a jerk. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that was how I led it, huh? I gotta be a little bit better about how I preface things, huh, Bull? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but it is. It's good news. So no worries on that. But all right, awesome, man. So what else? We also have again, this week is just gonna be insane. We're preparing for the detonator upgrades, and then next week, well, it's not next week. It's this week, August 2nd, there's going to be some major alpha. Well, at that point, it won't be alpha anymore because it will be live. We are having a partnership that I have been working on for months now that will be the single most biggest use case of EMP outside of our ecosystem ever created. So this is a major update, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. So that is planned for August 2nd, which I think is Tuesday. So again, just keep an eye out on that this week. We have a huge week ahead. And then last but not least, all of our incredible YouTube coverage. I mean, it just keeps going. We scheduled everything to update around our new UI, and so we had about 12 or 15 videos released on the new UI last week. But they're just continuing to pump out content, and from YouTubers that we don't even know or don't have a relationship with, which is really bullish because that means we're organically growing. If you are one of those YouTubers that hasn't covered us in the past, but is now, thank you. Major shout out to you for diving into our ecosystem. Send us the link to your video. We're happy to add it to our featured YouTuber list and get our community to engage with your community. So the organic coverage has just been amazing. James Pelton did an update video on his top, I think top 10 projects that are producing him income, passive income. Every month he updates those 10 projects on what has made him the most. And last month, EMP was the number one platform because we had such a huge pump in Ethereum. So that was great. That video alone has almost 6,000 views on it. So we're really looking good. Everything is shaping up. But I did want to go into a major breakdown of kind of how to best use our ecosystem. But before I get into that, Bull, was there anything else you wanted to mention or anything else you and I have talked about that I forgot? Again, man, there's just so much alpha, I get overwhelmed sometimes. So go ahead, Bull.
Yeah, no, just as like AJ said, there's a lot of new. Let me mute. I'm sorry. Um, there's a lot of new coverage dropping. I think, like you said, that is organic, and that's the beauty part of like you guys adding new parts to the system or the new UI or anything, right? Like it's new eyes, it's fresh coverage, it's a reason for people to talk about EMP, and because they're talking about it, that gives everybody an opportunity here who is part of this protocol to go over there, like, share, subscribe to those people, comment on those, and correct anything that might be not accurate in those comments, and of course do it in a professional way, a really kind way that we always work at doing here. And the beauty part of all that coverage is there's going to be new people that come in, and so there's always going to be those same repetitive questions, especially if we've been here for a month, 2 months, 6 months, whatever the case. There's always repeat questions. So here we don't get frustrated at that. That's just a chance to help a new user who is potentially going to be an investor here, an owner with us, rowing that boat with us, shoulder to shoulder. And so every time we see a new person, we always want to be kind of make that good first impression and be there, to really support them and help them understand the ecosystem and, put the best foot forward that we can, because at the end of the day, we can only make that first impression, obviously that first time. And so whatever we can do as investors here and people in crypto, wanting to give it a better, personality, so to speak, we have to show up with that positive, helpful, constructive attitudes that is here to make DeFi a better place for everybody.
Totally, absolutely, Bull, no doubt. And yeah, that is what separates EMP from a lot of other projects, is that we always continue to push that mentality, where other protocols are just interested in how fast they can grow, or the proverbial ape aping into a project without being educated. And so that plays into the exact opposite of what we do at EMP. We want everybody to be as educated as possible before they invest anything, because then they know how the ecosystem works, and how not only they can make the most from the ecosystem, but do it in a very sustainable and healthy manner for the ecosystem overall. And that plays perfectly into my segue of the first thing I want to cover today, and then we can open it up to questions and everything like that. So the big question, or not question, but topic of discovery today is, what do I do with all the EMP that I'm earning from nodes or the boardroom? And so this plays into what we like to call the infinite money loop. And we talk about this a lot, but I'm happy to go over it every day because I think it's really important. And that is, this strategy that I'm about to outline is really the best way not only to profit yourself in the ecosystem, but also the best way to keep our ecosystem as healthy as possible. So the number one thing that you want to do when entering into EMP is go into our EMP LP farms. So the EMP LP farm needs to be your number one holding. Again, this is not financial advice. This is all just a breakdown of how the best strategy within our ecosystem. So say you had $1,000, you need to allocate a minimum of 80% of that, so it'd be $800 into EMP-ETH LP. And what that does is it will not only add to our overall liquidity of the platform, but it also allows you to earn eShares in our farm. And so if you are a very, very passive investor and don't want to, check things day to day, then you can put that LP into one of our auto vaults, where it will automatically take profit in your eShare and put that back into your EMP-ETH LP, which is essentially accumulating you Ethereum for free. It's essentially an ETH miner if you go into the auto vaults, but that's a little more hands off, and the returns are really good, but they're not as good as the infinite money loop. So back to, again, the main strategy is starting with that EMP-ETH LP, and then you're starting to earn eShares in our farms, and you know, theoretically say that you, and these numbers may not be completely accurate, I'm just using round numbers to help everybody understand, but say your 800 LP in the farm earned to you $5 a day in eShare. So what you would do is you would sell that eShare for Ethereum, and then you would pair it up with whatever EMP you're earning from the nodes that you own or from the boardroom that you own. And by doing this, the ratio is meant to be that whatever your EMP you're emitting from the boardroom or from nodes matches up with the dollar value of how much eShare you're producing. So now you can again sell the eShare from your farm. You buy ETH with it, and then you create an LP token with the EMP that you've earned and that ETH that you've just bought through eShare, and now you make more LP tokens that way. And what this does is it not only allows you to accumulate more Ethereum through the EMP-ETH LP, um, but it also allows you to essentially farm at half price because you're not having to buy the EMP. You're earning the EMP, and really, you know, if you're earning the eShare as well, you know, theoretically, you're earning for free. But again, not that the eShare profit is profit that would be yours anyway. So that's why we say half price. But it really is incredible. And so by doing this, you can continually have this positive feedback loop of stacking your EMP-ETH LPs and making more eShare and then repeating the process over and over again. And when you don't have enough EMP, then you put a little bit of eShare into the boardroom to keep us to keep when we're above peg to keep earning EMP, or again use some of the profits from eShare to buy some nodes to pair up that EMP. The nodes are essentially a similar version of the boardroom, that is another way to look at it. But you can earn much more EMP in the boardroom when we're above peg. So there is again pros and cons to every part of the ecosystem, but it's really important that you learn how all of that works. So I hope that explains the infinite money loop. And if you can have the light bulb moment where you truly understand that infinite money loop, it can be a massive, massive way to accumulate Ethereum forever. I mean, and that's hopefully what we're going to accomplish here at EMP through the sustainable yield model. So I hope that helps. Bull, you want to add anything to that?
No, I think you hit the nail right on the head, bro. Charlie posted, you know, the numerical kind of outline in the chat too, and that is over at Discord too, to just see how to use that $1,000. And the best thing, you know, as AJ said, and I don't want to, you know, go too much on it because I did talk a lot on this yesterday and the day before, but that liquidity is king for a lot of reasons. But the biggest reason is that the bigger and deeper that farm gets, the greater and greater chances that your eShare that you're producing is going to appreciate in value in the long term. So whatever we can do to protect that, to grow that, the greater chance we have as owners to, you know, create kind of, I don't want to say an infinite money machine, because at some point we're all going to die, but not to be morbid, but, you know, at some point, you know, we need to understand that it's really the engine for the system and it drives the value through the rest of the system. So we don't want to have a Lambo, and there's a great GIF where it looks like somebody's driving a Lambo, but it's powered by a bicycle underneath. And that's not what we want here. Is we want a kick-ass like vehicle all the way throughout the ecosystem. And, you know, we don't want just the pretty shell. You know, that would be those crazy APRs that other people have, but nothing of substance underneath. And here, I think everything is about substance, and we you know, we make it there by education and understanding how the ecosystem works. It's not a matter of us trying to tell you what to do. It's a matter of, if you educate yourself and you understand how the system works, you're a very powerful investor, and your chances at succeeding kind of grow exponentially when you become educated, because when you learn something, it's an investment in yourself that you're never going to lose. That doesn't mean every investment you choose is going to be right, but the information that you get is going to be with you for the rest of your life. Unlike the dollars that you win, you lose, and you earn, and you buy and sell and all that, knowledge stays with you forever and ever. And so I think that's the reason that we preach education around here, me especially, because your life should be a lifelong quest to understand the world better and understand how to make your life better. But we can't do that by just kind of sitting around and hoping for the best and hoping we win that $1 billion Powerball. Here we have that opportunity to literally build an economy to be able to do something in the real world that I think a lot of people are really hungry to do, is have your voice heard, participate fairly in an economy, be in a community, and build everything, friendships, the economy, send ideas on how to make the ecosystem better, etc. And those are, I think, all the things in the real world or the physical world, whatever you want to talk in your day to day, where a lot of people feel like their voice isn't heard, like they don't matter and all that. But here in this ecosystem, everything you do matters. You matter, and under the best way to show that you matter is really to educate yourself, because that's really going to set you up for success, down the road. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah, absolutely, Bull. I agree 100%, brother. And really everything here, there's no ulterior motives. We're speaking in terms of math and numbers, not in terms of opinion or the moonshot mentality where we say, yeah, get EMP, you own EMP, it's gonna moon. No, it's about setting yourself up for passive income through truly a sustainable model that a lot of other platforms are not even close to being able to produce. So I do want to touch on a few more things, and then we can open it up to the army or anybody else that has questions. But to play devil's advocate a little bit, people say, well, if I'm just accumulating LP, EMP-ETH LP, when do I take profit? Well, you're taking profit the entire time because you're accumulating more Ethereum. So over time, not only are you still exposed to the price of ETH, which we've seen over the last 2 weeks, it's almost been a 100% gain on the LP price alone. So that alone is massive because you essentially did a double just with ETH going up. And number two is you're stacking more Ethereum in that LP as you go. Because again, every time you sell eShare to pair up that ETH, or sell eShare to buy ETH to pair it up with the EMP, that's your ETH. I mean, you're accumulating actual Ethereum. So that is why again, LP is so important, and sets you up to really not have to bring in fresh capital all the time. Obviously, if you're able to bring in fresh capital, you can even speed up the process even more by again pairing up that fresh capital with the boardroom emissions or your node emissions. But a lot of us don't continue to bring over fresh capital, so that's why this again heavily being weighted in the LPs. You can just use that as your quote unquote fresh capital by selling your eShares. And so if you have a lot of EMP that you have and you're like, man, I have all this EMP, what do I do with it? I know it's bad to sell it, or again, I don't want to sell it, but I just don't want to sit on it either. Well, the announcement on Tuesday will really help with that process. But if that is an issue for you, then that means the overall issue is that your ratios are not correct. So that means that you have way too much e-shares in the boardroom. It's better to sell some of those e-shares, especially when we're on a pump, for ESHARE, and then use that to go into more EMP-ETH LP, because then again you roll up your ESHARE emissions and be able to sell that for having the EMP produced in the boardroom at a much healthier ratio. And again, I know this is all very, very complicated, and sometimes it's easier to read than hear somebody say it. Sorry for the background noise. But we're always happy to help give you a one-on-one strategy too in Discord and in Telegram. So, and then last but not least, what the worst thing you can do is, sorry, cats for the dog. The worst thing you can do is sell EMP for more e-shares. So we're seeing a lot of that happen recently. Again, people get really excited about the APRs in the boardroom. They get super duper hyped on eShare. They think eShare, is the best play because of those APRs. And so really, again, if you have a high risk tolerance, getting eShare is a great play because it could easily be, a lot higher than it is now as soon as, again, we start printing again consistently, which, again, we've been above a low peg, and that's healthy. That there's the being above peg is not the end all be all of the platform, but the higher above peg we are, the more money we'll make, and that is why, again, we just want to keep reiterating that selling EMP is not the ideal way to take profit in the ecosystem. So back to my point on selling EMP for e-shares. When you do that, you're essentially locking yourself into the e-share, and the only way to take profit on e-share is to sell that e-share. So it's really not a good scenario, especially when e-share starts to go down. So now you're selling, an asset for a very volatile asset, and you really can wreck yourself really fast. So again, selling EMP hurts the price of eShare to begin with. Now you're buying you're buying eShare with that EMP, and then immediately reducing its value. So it just makes no sense to sell EMP to buy eShare. And again, maybe one of the army members can reiterate. I know Joe's on here, but yeah, by selling EMP, you're devaluing eShare. So why would you do that? Why would you buy an asset and then have that asset go down in value immediately? So again, those are just some devil's advocate arguments to why we say what we say. And so yeah, anybody from the army want to elaborate? Go ahead.
Hey there, I'll chime in, I guess. How are you?
Good, Joe. How are you, brother? Go ahead. Sorry for the
Good,
background noise.
good.
I'm gonna mute so you don't hear the
No,
dogs. All right. Yeah.
I think your dog is saying we've said over and over again, don't sell your EMP for e-shares. How hard is
Exactly.
this?
Exactly, brother. Totally. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. Yeah, when you come into the protocol, I mean, if you're not first time degen in your other projects, you simply just look at APRs, and it makes sense because from a math standpoint, you're going to want to go with a higher APR. So when you look in the boardroom and you're looking at over 1% daily, that's very attractive, and it should be. But then you look at farms and you're like, well, that's only like 0.2 or less, and now that's below peg a little bit. So naturally, you're going to gravitate towards what pays more. But unfortunately, what pays more isn't what's better. It's kind of like if you go to a buffet, dessert's going to look excellent, but you shouldn't load up on dessert. That's the treat, You got to fill up with the staples. It's the same thing here. The boardroom is kind of the dessert. It's the reward for doing the right thing. And if you say, well, screw that, I want high APRs, that's all nice, but I want to grow my bags, so I'm going to be selfish. Well, unfortunately, by being selfish, you're actually punishing yourself because, like AJ was saying, if you sell your EMP for eShares, what you're doing is dropping the value of the native token because now you're throwing excess EMP into the system. That lowers peg. And then when it lowers peg, the eShares that you bought drop in value. So now what you bought that you thought you could stick in the boardroom now turns off and the value goes down. So now you're at a loss, and then you're kind of like stuck, and you say, well, I guess I'll cut my losses and sell my E-shares. Well, now we're not printing, so it's like a catch-22 by doing it that way. So we're not just saying that because we don't want you to do it because we love the native token. We're saying it because it actually doesn't work within the system. So when you look at the math, you can't just look close range at the APR. That's only half the picture. You have to step back, look at the whole mountain, and see the big picture, which is you have to have EMP, specifically LPs in the system, because that will drive up the peg. Driving up the peg, then you get the dessert, the reward, and that's the ESHARE being put into the Boardroom to get the high APRs. And if you want to buy EShares, you can do that. I buy EShares, I'll admit it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I also have a large LP position. The mistake is you do it backwards. You don't start with the EShares. You don't start with buying EMP and throwing to nodes, because that backs you into a corner. You can't expand in the protocol. When the ideal situation is that you are making money on your profits. So when you have LPs and you're earning E-shares, the E-shares give you flexibility. If we're printing, you stick them in the Boardroom and you get that dessert. If we're not printing and you have excess EMP through nodes, you pair it up for more LPs, and then you grow your farms, which makes you more E-shares. And then if the price of E-shares is low, you can start accumulating some E-shares. You take a little for profit, you put some into BUSD so that you have a little bit of dry powder on the side. When E-shares goes down, maybe you buy a little bit with that dry powder, you create more LPs. It's just LPs give you options. EMP and E-shares kind of limit your options. So just kind of keep that balance in mind, why we keep stressing LPs is the key, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make you money, is when you get into that endless profit loop, and now you're making money on the interest or the profits that you made already. And you can't beat that when you're making money on money that was earned through just staking and doing the right thing.
Absolutely, Joe. No, for sure, man. Great explanation. I love that analogy. Bull, you got some competition on the analogies of the buffet, starting with dessert first. I mean, yeah, we all want to do that, but we always get sick as hell when we do that, going for that ice cream or the cake first. I know I've been there, done that. But anyway, so yeah, absolutely. And those are two great. There you go, LA. You can clip both of those videos on why not to sell EMP for eShare and the Infinite Money Loop as standalone videos. LA, are you there, or Jesse? Anybody else?
I'm here. I'm here,
Right,
brother.
Jesse,
I'm here.
go ahead, bro. Yeah.
What's going on,
How are
man?
you,
Joe's giving the game, man. If you guys are picking up what he's putting down, it's pretty simple, man. And to add to that, not only when you sell your EMP for eShare, not only do you devalue the eShare, but that really devalues the whole play that he's explaining to you with the Infinite Money Loop, because it drops the APRs in the system, and that's the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? It's this the system is set up. Like he said, the Boardroom is a caveat to the way to make money in the system. When you do everything right with the Infinite Money Loop, it's going to skyrocket the APRs, because it's going to have the money printer be turned on. The Boardroom is going to be turned on, which is going to increase the price of eShare, which is going to increase the APRs in the farms. It's going to increase the APRs across the system.
For sure.
So it's so it's really important to understand that, I mean, like we said before, we don't want to say don't sell EMP. It's more valuable to not sell it. It's more valuable for your position to use it to grow your position in the system, whether it be through nodes, through the farm, through the detonator. It's always a way for you to use the utility token in the system to grow your position to be bigger. There's never no reason to get rid of it. I mean, when I end up with excess EMP, I just hold it in my wallet, you know what I'm saying, until I bring fresh capital in, or, produce because the APRs are dynamic. So in this system, you're always, rebalancing. So you'll find situations where, you're producing a heavier amount of eShare, which is never a problem, because you could just zap that in somewhere or just take that as profit, the excess. But if you run into a situation where you're producing too much EMP, hold that. there's going to be a use case for it. I mean, we're being teased for something to be done through Tuesday, but there's always a situation coming where the APRs are going to boost and your ESHARE emissions will catch up. So, there's never no reason to ever dump the EMP. I mean, you're shooting yourself in the foot if you think that selling EMP for what it's worth right now is doing yourself a favor. It's just not the way to take profit in this system. I said it before, like AJ said, people talk about, well, how am I taking profit? And I get it that we're stacking Ethereum, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when you want to turn around and sell that Ethereum, you're going to have to break your LP. And what's your plan to do with that EMP? With the healthy system that we have and the roadmap for our future, there's never no reason to ever break those. It doesn't matter how high Ethereum goes. You know what I'm saying? The Ethereum is so powerful in the system because we have EMP to pair it with, to produce you the ESHARE in the farm. That's where the money's at. That's where your long-term play should be. I mean, you use the infinite money loop to grow your system in the farm as big as it is to where you want your daily emission payout to be. And I don't care if that's through your profit taken through the detonator once to twice a week, or you're doing the infinite money loop. You get to the point where you're producing in the farm what you're happy with taking per day, and everybody's different. I don't live no one's life. It might be $100 a day. It might be $500 a day. It might be $1,000 a day. You use the system to build yourself to that, and then you're farming that profit that you could take daily. So always keep in mind, by doing it right, you're gonna get them healthy APRs in the system. Thinking that the boardroom is gonna print you money, that is just a complete wrong way to look at it. The boardroom prints you the utility to build your position faster.
Mic drop. I love it, Jesse. That's it, bro. Totally. And yeah, and because we have such large liquidity with the EMP-ETH LP, maybe you do want to, exit the platform. And if you do, then that would be the time to sell your EMP. But we're offering yields higher than literally 99% of all other platforms. So I don't know why you would want to kill the golden goose or cut down your money tree, because even if you're not bullish on ETH, you could just sell that for a stable token, or BNB or whatever you are bullish on. I mean, the idea is that the E-shares are your profit generating vehicle, and you can sell as many E-shares as you would like without hurting the ecosystem at all. So yeah, absolutely,
Right. So
Jesse.
at the end of the day, if it's ETH that you want, you know what I'm saying? If you want to produce yourself $100 worth of ETH a day, $500 worth of ETH a day, use the system to build the position in the farm to produce you that amount of ESHARE. Don't break your LP. If you want ETH, use ESHARE to buy. Use the ESHARE to buy your Ethereum. Stick it in your wallet. Do whatever you want to do with it. Take it somewhere else and get silly APRs, or you could keep it here where we could suck up all the ETH on the BNB network. Shout out to Binance.
Yeah, bro.
This is the best place. We're gonna force Binance to have to purchase more. So this is the best place to put your Ethereum. If you want to accumulate Ethereum, use eShare to buy it, because if you break that LP, what are you going to do with the EMP? At that point, you could only hurt the platform and only hurt yourself, because no matter where you're going to take that Ethereum, you're not going to get these APRs.
Yep, absolutely, bro. And you brought up a really good point there, Jesse. And again, man, I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna, overhype or try to create something out of thin air. But you made a really good point about us being one of the top wallets of ETH in all of BNB network. I mean, we're if you include Detonator, we're the number 22 holder of ETH on the entire Binance Smart Chain network. And so just think about what Jesse said, in where we move up the ranks on that list, Binance is going to have to take notice of EMP, and who knows where that could lead. I mean, I can't confirm or deny that we've actually been in some talks with the higher ups, and once we finally get to that point, and maybe there's a listing down the road, it could be a year from now, but eventually that's on the roadmap. And so just think about how much more exposure EMP will get, and it really is the number one Ethereum play on Binance Smart Chain, but really on in all of crypto. I mean, we've talked about it multiple times that even on ETH mainnet or these other centralized services like Celsius, that is again now 0, but even before it was 0, we're offering rewards way beyond what anybody else was offering, and it's been proven to be sustainable because of our closed loop economy. So yeah, really exciting stuff. So go
Listen,
ahead, Jesse.
AJ, I've been thinking about it, and with the growth that we're having, how it's starting to grow exponentially. I'm thinking Binance gonna have to wrap more ETH for Christmas.
Yeah,
So
bro,
I
totally.
hope they're
You're right.
I hope they're ready.
Yeah, man, that's
All
it,
right, I
bro.
love you, man.
Uh,
Shout out to everybody. I got stuff I got to do. I just wanted to jump on here real quick, show my love, hit all, make sure you hit all the socials, hit all them likes, and it's super important to do it. I know I say it all the time, but I just want to give a quick breakdown. It's a lot of new people here. If you're in the detonator, a portion of all the fresh capital coming in gets kicked back to all of us. We don't do them downlines and none of that. If you're in the detonator, if you're not creating content or anything like that, it helps your bag to help push people to these channels to bring them to the detonator. So it's super important. Make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure if you use social media that you share them on your platforms.
Amazing, absolutely, Jesse. All right, bro. Love you. And that was financial
I love you
advice,
too,
right,
bro.
bro?
And that was financial advice. Another DeFi dinner time. You already know, but I'll
Uh,
talk to you.
all right, bro. Perfect. So, all right, awesome. So Bull, I don't know if you want to say anything, or LA. I know you were keeping me on task today, LA. Was there anything
I'll hop
else
on there.
we needed to go over, or some loose ends? I know you're working on some Medium articles, and we wanted to reiterate everything today. But go ahead.
Yeah, a couple of things. I just wanted to add to the conversation. I think you guys have been killing it with your explanation, and I just want to add one thing. Just a reflection of what I've seen in the chats over the last couple of days, especially last night, this morning, as we've fallen back a little bit under 1.01. I think there's this overall belief sometimes with some people that sometimes we can leave it up to the big whales or the team members to push us back over 1.01, or even to use as a source for those whales, maybe some of the bad acting whales, to use as a source of blame for when we dip under 1.01. But I just wanted to remind everyone that we live and die by our own actions, and that every single one of you listening out there, every single one of us is important around here. Whether you have 1 LP in your farm, whether you have 1,000 LP in your farm, whether you're anywhere in between or above or below, you matter. And the actions that you carry out when nobody's watching are paramount. And so we can't sit around waiting for someone else to change the tides, and we can't sit around blaming anyone else's actions for our outcomes. We have to take responsibility for our actions, and we have to work together as a team. So we are thousands of emperors working together as a team to accomplish a common goal and to thrive together and celebrate together and earn money together and create financial freedom together. And if we all follow the systems, we all get to win together, and we all get to protect the ecosystem together, and everything thrives. But if each of us thinks that, oh, I'm just one person, my actions don't matter, I can get away with doing this because I'm just one person and this little bit won't matter, I guarantee you, if you're thinking that, there's hundreds of others of people thinking that exact same thing. It's not necessarily some big whale dumping on us that would dip us below 1.01 and stop us from printing. It is everybody's little actions that all add up that make us this powerful super force. And that's what kept us so powerful during the entire last 6 weeks, and why we were stronger than 99.9% of other protocols, because we work together better than anyone else out there. So I want to remind you of some of the actions that we were taking during that time to keep us so strong. I don't know if you remember, but almost everyone in the chats was reminding each other to put their LPs into magic. Everybody was doing their part to remind each other, to educate each other about what magic was. And we were building and we were celebrating as we got each 100,000 more dollars into that farm, and we would post screenshots and we would celebrate, and we were working towards goals of building it higher and higher and higher. And since we got above peg, that's not happening anymore. Do you know who's doing it? It's Stinky, and that's it, right? So the things that got us back to peg are also going to be the things that keep us above peg. And it's understandable that obviously a lot of people have moved their LPs back into the native farm because we want to be earning ESHAREs to put into the boardroom. But if everybody keeps 10% of their LPs into magic and does some of these other things like the encouragement in the channels and the supporting of the social media posts and the sharing and all of these little things that all add up, we will stay strong for months and months and months and months and years to come. And I want to remind you that part of the reason why ESHAREs were at $2,000 or $3,000 before was because of the amount of days in a row that we were above peg. And so all of these little actions add up to keep us above peg. And so it's our job now to do whatever it takes to protect it so that we can all celebrate and grow this community, because we are the most badass community out there.
I love it, LA. Again, bringing the hype. I love when you get on your little encouragement sessions because it's so true. I mean, everything that you said is absolute gospel here, and you know we see it in the charts. You know, I think a lot of people want to say have blame, you know, of a large ESHARE whale dumping EMP, but really that really isn't where the dumping is coming from. And you can see on the chart where it's, you know, $50 here, $10 here. And like I said, you know, little by little, those small sales of EMP add up to way, way more than any, you know, major holder dumping or other bad actors in the ecosystem. And really, again, it's not to sell shame or, you know, come across as like, ruling with an iron fist. But because this is DeFi, I mean, everybody can do what they want. We're not pushing the buttons for you. But really, if and when, which we're really close. I mean, the majority of the community are good actors. And so if we can just continue to reiterate all of this, I think that we become literally bulletproof in the ecosystem. And, you know, there are a lot of new investors. We've had some massive growth over the last 2-3 weeks. And so it's to be expected. I mean, just like all of you that are more veterans here, you know, in the beginning, you probably didn't do the optimum strategies either. So it's really up to us to continue to push that education, not only to tell people the best strategies, but tell them why it's the best strategy. Again, nobody likes to hear, you know, don't sell EMP. Well, yeah, okay, well, okay, what is that? What do you mean don't sell EMP? You know, you have to tell them why not to sell EMP and how really you're able to make more money in the ecosystem by doing the right thing and doing what helps the ecosystem most. So yeah, really great points, LA, and you know we really need all of you that are here that show up every day on the AMAs to be an extension of the army or extension of the team and tell everybody you know what we say here and do it in a very kind and understanding way. The auto vaults are still very, very lucrative. They help us maintain peg as well. Even when we're above peg, I get that a lot of you may want to start accumulating e-shares. So you don't have to go all in, but definitely have a small portion or even a medium portion or half of your LP in the auto vaults, because that again is a way to accumulate Ethereum as well as really help us protect the peg as well. So yeah, go ahead, Bull or LA. Anything else you want to add to that, or anybody else from the army, and then we can take a few
Kirk was
questions.
on.
Yeah, okay, Kirk, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh man, do I really have to follow LA?
Yeah, that's a hard task today, right? She was on fire. LA's usually on fire, but today especially.
I know, right? I'm like, all right, I'm motivated, except now I'm just going to come up in here and be boring. No, I actually got a couple things today, guys. The first thing is, if you check in your pin messages, there is an AMA coming up next week with AJ in the Defi Club, and that's something that I set up. And so it's right dead smack in the middle of the workday. But if you have a chance to come and support, I would really appreciate it. Want to show this group how strong EMP is, and so that is still the top pinned message right now in the main channel. So check that out if you can make it. That would be fantastic.
Yes, thank you for setting that up too, Kirk, and shout out to anybody else. Real fast, not to interrupt you, Kirk, but
oh no,
yeah, if anybody has, you know,
Kirk's used to being interrupted. We do it to him all the time.
I know, no doubt. So if anybody has another group or influencer or even a Twitter, you know, Twitter space person, anybody that you would like to see me do an AMA with, I'm more than happy to do so. So definitely give us some input. And Kirk, thanks for setting this one up, man.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And, I don't know. I don't think this is necessarily the experience everywhere, because I know that a lot of other chat groups, and other protocols or whatever are pretty tribal about it. But this one in particular is not affiliated with any one thing. They're just all helping each other find projects that they think are interesting. And if you're involved in those, like I just started to talk to the owner of the chat room. And now which is kind of funny, but I have a title there, or EMP expert. So when people there have questions about EMP, I answer them. And so it kind of so you may want to check out, if you're feeling comfortable and confident in knowledge, and even if you're not, you can answer what you know and get back to one of us and we'll help out. But, it's a great way to start, sharing the love and sharing the interest, no different than any other social media, really. And I've just found it to be pretty successful just to, organically start talking to people. So anyway, hopefully you can make that over to that, and we'll take that from there. The other two other things real quick. When I was listening to all that back and forth with Jesse and all the stuff about Ethereum, I posted in the main too, I think a lot of times maybe, and I know you've got some new announcements coming, AJ, which I don't know what they are in terms of the Ethereum staking contract, but I know it's still staying around. And, this is a great opportunity. I was talking to somebody who's not in the protocol the other day, and they didn't believe me when I said it's ETH in, ETH out, 19% a quarter. So you can double your Ethereum in a year. They're like, no, that's not possible. And I'm like, I'm telling you that it is. Yeah, and so we have this little thing that was created for us here that is sort of in a way outside of the normal thing that we talk about in our ecosystem, and everybody's focused on PEG, and as they should be, and all that stuff. But, if you're holding Ethereum somewhere else, oh my gosh, you really should look at this. It's coming up again in like 7 days or something, or maybe even less. And, you should check it out, assuming that everything's going to be staying around with that contract. Check it out. It's great for the protocol. It's great for you. I put a little bit in because I wanted to be involved in everything, but I'm going to put more in when it opens back up, because it's just like free Ethereum. I don't even know what else to say about it. So I just wanted to mention that again to, if those of you listening may not even know we have that or what that even is. That's straight. You put your Ethereum in, you lock it up for 90 days, and you get 19% Ethereum out. And you can roll it over as many times as you want. It's fantastic. Come on. So that was the other thing. Then the final thing, because you guys are my little AMA family, I wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on with the new Academy and give you guys just a little bit of a heads up. I'm going to post it right now in the channel, but I'm not going to leave it there for very long. This is the new EMP Academy logo animation. It has sound, so if you want to open it up and hear sound with it, we're trying really hard to make this Academy as kick-ass as the new UI. So we're working hard on having some really cool animation, doing some stuff to make it interesting and engaging. And so if you want to like check this out real quick and open it up and listen to the sound, you can. I'll leave it up there for 5 minutes or so, and then I'm going to delete it so we can generate more buzz. So anyway, that's what I got today, man.
Awesome. Hell yeah, Kirk. No, that animation's killer. I know you've been hard at work on the new academy. And I just want to also give a huge shout out to all of you that have signed up for the email list. I know we've sent out a few emails already. A lot of you have been responding to those emails, and I've just been blown away by the little miniature testimonials, all that you've shared about how EMP has really been, a life changer, or one of the most incredible projects you've ever been involved in. And so that is super humbling. And I appreciate all of you taking the time, not only to sign up for the email list, but also to, again, reply to me. I do help write all those emails. They come from me. LA and Rachel, another person behind the scenes, helps me manage all of our email campaign. So yeah, it's just really, again, thank you all. And if you have not signed up, please do. So if you're in the VIP, there's a link for you. For everybody else that's not in the VIP, we have two links. So one is going to be the overall academy. I'm sorry, the overall just updates on EMP, and then we also have another area where you can sign up for our pre-training. So if you have not done the academy, or maybe you've done the academy but you're a little bit new to the protocol, make sure you sign up for that as well, because it will give you the most early access to the new academy when it launches. So and if you want to be really bullish, sign up for all the emails. So again, we're here to give you more info as we go, and we are working on the landing page and a click funnel for that email list. Again, yes, thank you. LA just posted all the links in the main chat on the new UI as well. If you click on the main Academy button on the homepage, that will bring you to a spot to sign up. And then the actual EMP Academy link on the homepage, on the UI rather, the actual navigation bars on the left-hand side, that will take you to our old Academy that you can actually watch the Academy. So those are the two links. And yeah, again, thank you all for signing up for that. It really is going to be the best way to stay engaged as we move forward. So, all right, I hope that was all the updates. LA, did I forget anything that you can think of?
I did just want to say one more thing. I didn't get a chance to say this at the beginning, but
For sure.
I just wanted to say how incredibly impressive it is that we already qualify for monetization on YouTube. In order to qualify, you have to have at least 4,000 hours of watch time in the first 12 months of your channel being open. And we've had our channel open since May, and we already have more than double of the requirement, going on triple since May.
Incredible.
And that's the requirement for an entire year. And we already have double, almost triple since May. So we are killing it.
I love
and we're actually going to be able to, when the merch store relaunches, we're actually also going to be able to sell merch directly from our live streams right below the video. You're going to be able to just click on items and actually purchase it during the AMAs. How cool is that?
That's amazing. I'm excited, LA. Again, we what other protocol is doing this? I mean, it's just insane. You know, I don't know of a DeFi protocol that has a monetized YouTube channel with 3 times the amount of watch time that's required for an entire year. I mean, my God. And that's again the power of what we're doing. I mean, we're putting in the work. Other protocols are not putting in the work. Bull and I and all of you are here every single day, talking and educating and building this community. And these are the fringe benefits that we get. Now we have another revenue stream. It helps with all the education. It gets people excited. It gets us all on the same page. It provides that camaraderie that we all need when the market, crashes 80% and all of us want to, liquidate and just never get into crypto ever again. We can talk to each other and say, this is only temporary. Now is the time to accumulate. I mean, and having that support system is absolutely massive. And again, no other community in DeFi does this. So it's just so awesome to have you all here with us. So, all right, Bull, anything else? Or you ready to jump into Detonator?
Jump in, man. Jump in.
All right, let me go ahead and pull it up. Give me 1 second. All right, I think we're good. Are we good? I've been having some technical difficulties on this live stream lately, but I think you guys can see it. We might be lagging a little bit, but here it is. Detonator, our shining light in the ecosystem. It is a 365% ROI contract where you deposit EMP-ETH LP in. That LP is then locked, and you get a slow burst of that every single day. So, it's truly something spectacular. It is a game, it's not an annuity, but it allows us to create a lot of protocol owned, or rather locked liquidity for Detonator, but also gives major earning opportunity to those that are getting into Detonator, again, through creating a passive income stream for what we hope is, years to come. We're already about 6 months in, and the Detonator pool balance has literally grown every day, except maybe 4 or 5. And even at that, it's basically maintained those days. And so that is just so bullish. With ETH being about $1,700 today, there is $5.3 million in the overall pool balance. We're already seeing a lot of volume today. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bull, but I think yesterday's all-time high pool balance was about 97,600. So we're almost at the all-time high, and we have 6 minutes left. So that's looking really good. We should see another all-time high today. And it's only a matter of time before we break that 100,000 LP in the pool balance. And so we had some suggestions, I think, from our community on doing a little contest about when we're going to actually break that 100,000 LP. So I'm going to work on putting that together. It may be just a fun little contest that we do through a spreadsheet for those that want to guess on exactly what time we're going to hit, what day and what time we'll hit over 100,000 LP. And so, yeah, we'll let you know when we can put that together through the community. But oh, go ahead.
Hey, AJ, can I jump in? Sorry, real quick. I know I just wanted to say, because AJ's too nice to say something like this, but I'm not. Has everybody been paying attention to the fact that your daily burst is getting blown out of the water lately? Like you're getting daily burst like a half an hour or more before the rollover. So, let's give credit where credit's due. I know we all like to complain when we're under daily burst, but we've been over more than we've been under lately. And kudos to everybody. And just wanted to acknowledge that. That's all. Continue on.
All right. Thanks, Kirk. Yeah, brother. Again, you're all right. I would never, I try to do things a little passive aggressively, I guess. But yes, the daily burst has been killing it. Everybody says, well, why is my daily burst going down? But other than Bull, Bull gets pissed when the daily burst goes up. But that's because Bull is Bull. But yeah, so why is my daily burst going up? That's because, again, the ecosystem is extremely healthy, and why we say to always compound more than you claim, to keep that daily burst healthy and not dilute yourself by selling too much. So the best profit taking strategies are compounding 6 days and claiming 1, or even compounding 5 days and claiming twice, and then even putting those LPs that you claim into the auto vault or into the farm to where you can earn on top of the profit that you've already earned. And that's why Detonator is so powerful, because that is only achievable through our ecosystem. A Detonator could have been a standalone project, but having it built on top of a seigniorage protocol and that economic model allows you to earn on top of earn, which is truly insane. So, and then last but not least, we give away literally the largest prizes in DeFi, or in crypto, period. And I would venture to say, other than state lotteries, literally some of the largest prizes ever. It is a giveaway. It's not a lottery. A raffle is also another term. But there is a one winner every day for a random giveaway, based on how many LP you deposit or compound into the protocol. You get credit in the form of tickets. And then today we're giving away 973 LP to a random winner. That's $53,100. And that money that you would, or LP that you win, you're not able to claim it and dump it on all of our heads, but you're actually able to ROI on that amount. So it works out to be about $200 or $300 a day, and again, could turn into substantially more as long as you're compounding more than claiming, and using that as a tool to continue earning in our ecosystem. And then last but not least, again, I stole your thunder, Bull, about the lottery, but our largest deposit.
Oh, that's good. Keep rolling.
All right, man.
Go,
We're running out of
go.
time. So yeah, the largest deposit prize. So right now it's only 55 LP. We'll see if that holds up. Today's been a ton of volume, but it seems like a lot of smaller players have been entering today, which is really bullish. I mean, you don't have to be a whale in our ecosystem, as long as you make enough of a deposit to cover, your gas fees or rolling, and even if not, you're able to compound through any gas fees that you may incur in the beginning. But we'll see if the top depositor prize goes any higher. We call those our snipers, and you're going to see it here in about 1 minute. There may be some last minute deposits on trying to get that largest daily prize as well. But all right, 1 minute and 30 seconds. We're cutting it close today, but I think that wraps that up.
Ooh, baby.
Anything else you want to add real fast?
No, good luck to anybody and everybody that's here. If you're not here, take that opportunity to learn what the heck the Detonator is, and get your chance at life-changing money.
Amazing. Yes, good luck to everybody. If you are a winner, we'd love to hear from you live on Telegram or in any of our socials. Let us know that you were the winner, and we'd love to celebrate with you. So, all right, here we go, about 45 seconds. Pool balance looking very healthy. Again, we'll see if we have some last-minute snipers come in. Remember not to wait till the very last minute in case it rolls over to the next day. But it may be a really good windfall for this guy or girl at 55 LP. We're just going to have to see what happens. But all right, don't forget to compound last minute. And
20 seconds.
Here we go. All right, Bull. Good luck, everybody. 15 seconds.
Ooh, baby.
Here we go. Is 55 LP going to hold up? We shall see. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, nice, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm lagging. My UI
574. Was there
575. We had a 370, a 360, and now a 575. Man, I think that might take it. All right. Let me go ahead and refresh. I think 575 is the winner. Wow, incredible.
Wow.
Maybe 575 was late. Nope, there it is. All right, let me refresh. Joe PV Trader is our mathematician and on-chain analysis guy. What were the snipes, Joe? Do you know, or
Yeah,
go ahead?
yeah, we started off with the 55, but we had a 323, the 575, but then someone came in with a 350 also. So we
Mm.
All
had
right, so
four snipes.
there was one in the middle there. Wow, and with that, it looks like there's also a late sniper with a
Yep,
99 LP, which
that's right.
again, that's why you don't want to wait till the very last minute, but you definitely want to try to time it. That's why our game theory is just so inc incredible here in Detonator, and that's how we're again able to give away these large daily prizes as well. But that being said, we are now at a 99,262 LP balance, $5.5 million in the pool. That means we grew
Oh,
by about $200,000 in the last 30 minutes here. My God, I said I was joking about the $100,000 giveaway, maybe being a day or two, but it might be hours and not days at
yeah,
this rate.
yeah,
So holy cow, what a day, Bull, huh? Man, I'm
yeah, man.
excited.
It's yeah. That's the thing, right? It never looks real because you know it's a big number. I mean, $55,000, and we know it's real. And I read a story of somebody yesterday who has been in the protocol 2 weeks and won the random. What is today? Won a couple days ago. So they were in for 2 weeks, in the detonator before they won. So the point of the story is that every time that you're in with a ticket, you have a chance at that life-changing money. So, look at creating your chance.
Yes, for sure, bro. Sorry, I was muted. Absolutely,
Okay.
man, and we're seeing just some incredible growth. We talk about it a lot where Detonator has kind of harnessed that human greed, but in a good way, in a non-predatory way, meaning you still get credit for your deposits even if you are not a winner. And so we really feel like it's a win-win, and we've been seeing how. This has all played out over the last few months in creating Detonator as one of the most sustainable RI contracts ever developed. And so we do have upgrades coming to Detonator, which again, I don't know if it's even possible, but that will even make Detonator that much more powerful. And if you're not bullish on that, I don't know what to say because even as it is right this minute, Detonator is an absolute beast. So, all right, awesome, man. Any other last minute comments or questions, Bull, before we wrap it up?
No, man, I think everybody's probably jazzed for the weekend. The winners obviously are wanting to get that early start to their lottery winnings and, just a celebration. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say other than, good luck to everybody tomorrow. Keep farming, keep protecting PEG. Obviously, it took us a little while to get back to PEG. We printed for a little while, and now this is just kind of a, it says this end phase. I like to call this kind of the re-education zone for people maybe that didn't know that selling that EMP off the boardroom was going to knock them below PEG, but we can see that eShares was at 1,000. It's 700 right now. And so if you do want those $728 eShares to go up, we have to, climb our way back above 101. And one of the best ways to do that is to sell some of that eShare profit, that's coming off the farm or that's sitting in the boardroom at the moment collecting dust, because the best thing we can do in this protocol is build the EMP-ETH LP. And the best way to do that is by taking profit off of eShare, in selling it into ETH, and then pairing that up with EMP that you have sitting in the boardroom idle, or from your node production.
Amazing. Yes, absolutely, Bull. And again, I know we get a large spike here at the end of all of our viewers and listeners. If you are on right now, hello and welcome. We do these AMAs 1 hour every day, so please try to join us a little bit earlier, and you can get a lot of amazing info. We had a ton of great content today on protecting PEG. Now that we have regained PEG, and the ecosystem is again extremely healthy. We just want to make sure everybody realizes the best way to profit in the ecosystem, and that is to use your EMP to build your positions, build your LP farm, and not take profit in EMP. You want to take profit in ESHARE. So if you're not familiar with that and you're a new listener, please reach out to one of our admins on Telegram or Discord. They'd be happy to help you. Again, don't get scammed. Don't ever answer a private message, but you're more than welcome to ask in the public chats. And we have we'll have all the recordings of this video as well as our entire YouTube channel that has amazing info with the best strategies possible. And these strategies are based on math. They're not, somebody's opinion or again, me as a team lead trying to convince you through smoke and mirrors what to do. Everything is fully transparent on chain, and again, through these best practices, not only is it the way you as an investor make the most money possible, but it's also the best for the protocol. And so once you have that light bulb moment, it can really change not only your involvement here at EMP, but help the protocol become even more bulletproof over time. So, all right, awesome. On that note, I'm going to wrap it up. Again, thanks to all of you. Detonator is an absolute beast. The best time to be in Detonator was yesterday, but the second best time is today. So definitely consider putting a portion of your involvement into Detonator. Not financial advice, but if you're not involved, you're missing out. So all right, awesome. We'll see you all in about 24 hours. So good night, good day. We'll see you tomorrow. Pants, bro. It's been nonstop. So, all right.